I am so excited. You will not believe it. In today's conversation, I want to speak to you about how to sell fast on Vinted. Don't go anywhere. You're going to love today's conversation. I guarantee it. Welcome back, folks, to another edition of the Awesome City Kiwi Show. How are you today? I hope you are doing fantastic. I'm doing marvelous, if you are to ask me. If you are doing as great as I am, go grab a cup of coffee, or tea, or vodka, and let's roll. In today's convo, I want to give you a step-by-step on how to sell fast on Vinted. Now, let's first talk about Vinted. What is Vinted? Vinted is your community for secondhand fashion, okay? Pre-loved fashion. And right now, the site is growing really, really fast. They have 45 million members and counting, thousands of brands, and a whole lot of secondhand style. The cool thing here is that think of Vinted as your mini Amazon before they actually blow up. And we know they are going to blow up because the growth is just phenomenal here. And what we love with Vinted is that, and what millions of customers love with Vinted is that selling is very simple. All you have a 3-step process. First, you list for free. So you can download the Vinted app for free. You take photos of your item, you describe it, and you set your price. Voila! You just tap upload and your listing is live. Very easy. It takes less than 5 minutes, in some cases 10 minutes. And the second step, you sell it and ship it. So you need to box your item, follow the shipping instructions, and make sure you send the item within 5 days. Step number 3, it's payday. So basically there are 0 selling fees. So what you earn is yours to keep. So you'll be paid as soon as the buyer confirms everything is okay. Okay. And the good thing about Vinted is that they caters to men, women, and children. So they're covering the whole 9 yards here. Okay. And popular items are also, so when we talk about popular items, you're talking about fashion. You know, this is a fashion website. So you have bags, clothing, shoes, you name it. And you can browse items by catalog, size, color, brand, price, condition, swap in some cases, because you can find items for swap. If you want to swap items, this is pretty cool too. Okay. And so the bottom line here is that right now Vinted is growing fast. If you don't wear something, you can sell it. And the good thing is that this is a website that has, they actually started in Europe, but now they are just growing phenomenally all over the world. And they're showing millions of customers just how great secondhand can be. So you can sell the clothes that you have in your closet. Just fantastic. The first thing you need to do here is to sign up. Okay, so you need to sign up, and I'm showing you on the screen right now the step-by-steps. So you have to put your email and password, and then you will receive an email from Vinted. You need to go to your email address, to your inbox rather, and confirm your email. And then when you come back to the site, your email will be confirmed. Next, you want to click on personalize. So you want to really sort of start personalizing your profile. You want to select categories and sizes, especially the kind of categories and sizes you want to see in your feed. You can follow your favorite brands. What will happen here is that once you do this, items from brands you follow will appear in your feed more often. And you also need to build a trusted profile, especially if you want to be a seller. You got to have a trusted profile. So you want to verify your account to show that you are a real person. And how do you do this? Very simple. You can verify your account with Google or Facebook. Okay. So what you want to do is, you can see on the screen, you want to link your Google and or Facebook accounts with Vinted to be a verified member. And verifications boost sales and speed up purchases, and verifications are visible for other members in your profile. This is important. So you want to click My Settings under your profile. You want to go to Profile Details. You want to simply click Link button close to Facebook, Google, and follow the steps. Okay. And once you do that, voila, your account is not verified via Google. For example, in our case, we just verify the account via Google. You can do it via Google and or Facebook. One thing that's very important to understand here is that Vinted will not post anything on your Google or Facebook account. So don't worry, don't feel like, oh, I'm giving them I'm giving them access to my account. So no, they're not posting anything. This is purely for verification purposes. They do have bots on the site, as you see in major platforms. You see a lot of bots on YouTube, on Facebook. So they do have bots also on the site. So their way to make sure the account is owned by a real person is to verify the account. Okay, and one thing you also need to know is that Vinted will might ask you to verify your account at any time of using Vinted. So don't think it's just a one-time thing. No, it goes on and on and on. So once you sign up, you have to go through your dashboard. You click everything. Just go through your dashboard. Make sure everything is fine. You upload your picture. You make sure you put information about your date of birth, your location, all that kind of positive stuff. All that kind of I would say identification purposes that allows you to tell Vinted you are a real person. Let's talk about selling. When it comes to Vinted, you gotta know what items you can sell on Vinted, okay? So Vinted is a platform for individuals to buy, sell, swap, or give away their secondhand items, right? Listing your items on Vinted is free. And the thing is that the website is trying to make sure that the platform remains friendly and safe. So there are a few things that are allowed. So here are the allowed items. You can sell women's, men's, and children's clothing, footwear, and accessories on Vinted. You can sell children's toys, furniture, and childcare equipment. You can sell new cosmetics, beauty products, and beauty gadgets. You can sell tech accessories such as headphones, smartwatches, phone cases, and similar items, right? Now, some items are prohibited. So items that do not comply with hygiene standards or pose risk to one's health. Items that are either not clothing, do not relate to fashion, beauty, accessorizing, children, or simply do not align with the Vinted vision, they're not allowed, okay? And of course, illegal items are also prohibited. You have to know Vinted rules. So Vinted has rules in terms of general rules. You want to just to follow the rules here. The maximum item value allowed on the platform is $1,000. Very important. They also have very strict rules when it comes to IP, intellectual property. So make sure you're not stealing somebody else's content, somebody else's picture without proper attribution or proper authorization. And they do have some requirements in terms of the items, photos. So the photos must be sharp and clear. The photo must be genuine. It must really represent what you're trying to sell. They have to be taken by you with the purpose of using the photos on Vinted, okay? And the photo cannot be replaced with stock photos, photos from ads, or watermark images. It's very important. And they want you to make sure that the first photo should clearly represent the whole item. And in terms of commercial activities, they are very strict on that also. So they do not allow listings which are intended to be sold for commercial purposes. You may be considered as acting on a commercial basis based on one or more criteria that they have on the website. So just go and just read those items. So once you do this, you need to upload your your items. This is important. This is an important element. So speaking to uploading, you can see on the screen, you have to actually upload. You have to upload your own photos. You have to put the title. You need to describe your item. You need to put the category, the brand, the size. When it comes to size, you have to use the default US. They have an equivalency between international and US sizes. So this is something you can do. You have to read more about it on the site though. You have to put the condition of the item, whether it's good, it's worn out, whatever the condition is. Colors, you can pick up to 2 or 3 colors depending upon your platform. Okay, now the item description is very important because it makes your listing easier to find as well as more appealing to buyers. So you want to increase your chances of selling faster by actually following a few tips. So in terms of the item's title, make sure that you want to include specific details about the item. For example, the brand, color, type, or unique feature. And you want to avoid words that do not specify how this item differs from the rest. So don't put things like nice, pretty, or good. No. For example, you could put new pink Zara mini evening dress. You want to avoid very nice dress, for example. Okay, you want your description to be very detailed, and you want to actually, in terms of photos, in terms of description first. The detailing is very important here because you want to mention things like measurements, the material, for example, 100% wool, the items alterations. Of course, we're speaking about secondhand items, so the item might have been altered. You need to mention whether there is an absence of the brand label or other missing parts. And you want to mention flaws of the item, such as marks, stains, spots, holes, tears or rips, scratches, abrasions, fraying, peeling, creases, stretching, wash colors, smells, whatever. Okay, you need to mention that. And you also need to put the price. You need to put the price. It's very important to sort of mention that because you have to put what price you're selling the items for, and you have to put the size, your parcel size, whether you want to have small or medium or large. It really depends upon the item you're trying to sell. So in this case, we chose medium because this is for dresses, handbags, and ballet flats that will fit into the package. Okay, and once you do this, you just upload. That's it. Now remember that listing has no fees, and uploading more items can help you sell faster. There are no fees, so you might as well upload as many items as you want. The choice is yours. That's your calling. Step number 3, how do you get buyers fast? Because at the end of the day, it's all about getting buyers, right? If you have gazillions of items on the platform and nobody's buying them, then you're just wasting your time, right? So how do you get the buyers fast? Number 1, bump your items. So if you want to get noticed on Vinted, you want to bump your items to boost your wardrobe's visibility. Now, what is item bump? This is just an automated paid feature that allows more visibility for your items. So this is one way that Vinted makes money. They're not charging you for listings. They're very smart, right? They're not charging you for listing, but on a websites where you have hundreds of thousands of items, if you want visibility, you better pay for it. So that's where they're charging you. So when you bump an item, it is displayed to more members in their item feed, news feed, and catalog search results once a day for 3 consecutive days or until the item is sold, whichever comes first. So the benefits you get from bumps: you reach the right members, you can see weekly statistics, and in terms of how much the item bumps are worth, or what's the price, you want to go to the price list and you want to read more about it. And one thing you need to understand here is that before you bump any items, make sure that you read the catalog rules and make sure that you actually have clear items. So besides bumping your items, if you want to get buyers fast on the platform, you want to set a discount. So you want to set a discount for item bundles because this could encourage members to buy more items from you. And you can actually set up a discount for all buyers who create bundles in your closet. Okay, so to do a discount, you want to go to your settings. You can see on the website here, go to your settings, and you want to choose select discount from the list on, do you see that? Account settings. And you can see the list on the left, select discount. Here, you can see that. And then on the next slide, when you click select discount, you can choose actually what kind of discount you want. 2 items. For us, it was two items for 25% off, 3 items 30% off, 5 items 50% off. You can also make an offer. So once a buyer contacts you, use make an offer button to suggest a better price for a single item. That way, because you want to close the sale fast, right? And you also want to upload new items regularly. That will help you because potential buyers will start following you and they'll be notified when you add something new. And you want to reduce the price of your items, not just in terms of doing discounts, just in general. So because members who follow you or who have favorited your items, they'll be notified of the discount. One thing that's very important: you want to stay on Vinted throughout your whole selling process. Folks, it's very important. From communicating to receiving your payments. That way, Vinted will be able to cover you in case something goes not the way you expected. Okay, a lot of folks might be tempted to say, you know what, I just want to sell outside the platform, but no. If stuff happens to you, they can't cover you. But if you stay within the platform, they will cover you. I'll be right back right after this. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, folks, to another section of the Awesome City Kiwi Show. We're also having a conversation about how to sell fast on Vinted. And step number 4, I want you to think about shipping. So once you've made a sale, it's sold, time to ship, right? You want to pack your item. It's always important to have a personal touch, right? Because clients love it. People love the fact that a seller has taken the time to actually pack the stuff for them. And you have to, when packing your item, keep these things in mind. You want to use an outer packaging material that is strong and sturdy, ideally a cardboard box. You want to pack the item with bubble wrap, peanuts, foam, or paper so there's no room for your items to move around in the package. You want to place goods that might be affected by dirt, water, or wet conditions inside a plastic bag. And as I said before, a personal touch is always a great idea. So you want to think about what you do in terms of if you have a small package, a medium or large portions, right? And you can go with a UPS, USPS, or other carriers. It's all about what really matters to you. And you want to go to your dashboard and you want to set up your shipping settings. You can see on the screen right now. So you want to put whatever is important in terms of shipping settings there. And one thing you need to understand is that the buyer always covers the shipping cost. So the shipping cost is shown at checkout and it is automatically added to the total payment for the order. Okay, so this is important. And one thing you also need to do is that use the shipping option your buyer has chosen to avoid any issues with parcel tracking or even canceled orders. And you can track your parcel on Vinted if you like to. Okay, it's very easy to do it. And another thing I want to mention here is that both the buyer and the seller can track their parcel. And tracking is available for items that were bought using the Buy Now button and sent according to Vinted's in-app instructions. Tracking is available for all shipping methods except custom or untracked shipping. So to track your parcel, you got to go to the conversation screen with your buyer or seller, and you just need to press track parcel. It's very easy. Now, from time to time, as you develop your presence on Vinted, you will notice that there might be some tracking issues. For example, order status changed to delivered, but you haven't received the item. You just need to press I have an issue on the conversation screen with the seller and select your issue for further instructions. Okay, and so to solve other tracking issues related to specific orders, you may go to the Help Center homepage, or you can select the order in question, because this will give you the possible issues and solutions specific to your current situation. And one thing that's also important to know is that offering more shipping options may also attract more buyers as they will have more delivery choices. Okay, your followers also see your items on their personalized feeds. Let's talk about Moolah. Let's talk about getting paid. Okay, so once the item is delivered, you can get your earnings and leave feedback. Okay, so as soon as the buyer presses everything is okay, your payments will become available in your Vinted balance, and you can activate your Vinted wallet rather. You can you go to your profile icon, you select wallet, and you press activate your Vinted wallet. You need to enter your name, date of birth, social security number, the last 4 digits, and address, and those are stored safely. Okay. You can also take the opportunity to add a credit card. You can also add a bank account. So once your Vinted balance is activated, you may use it to pay out earnings to your bank account. One thing that you need to understand here is that Vinted balance is a place where the earnings for your sales are stored safely. So when a buyer pays for an item, the money appears as pending in the seller's Vinted balance. And you can make money withdrawals may take up to 5 working days to appear in your bank account. And you can also leave feedback for your buyer and help to build trust within the community. This is pretty good. And when it comes to integrated payment methods, you have a valid credit card or debit cards. So they accept Visa, MasterCard, American Express, JCB, Discover, and Diners Club. Okay. And Prepaid cards and e-cards are also accepted, but they will not be able to issue refunds to them. So this is kind of important to know. And another thing I want you to understand is that you can transfer money from your Vinted e-wallet to your bank account at any time. Not all of the payment methods mentioned here may be available to each member, especially depending on where you set up the account. If you are in Europe, if you are in the US, Canada, in France, in Belgium, in Germany, the settings are different. And buyer protection applies to all payments made using the Buy Now button. So if you buy outside of Vinted, the platform will not be able to help you if a problem arises, or if you sell outside of Vinted also. This applies to both ways. And in case of a refund, it will appear in the same e-wallet or bank card you use when making the payments. Okay. And one thing we want to see here is that if you are a minor, you may use Vinted as a buyer or a seller only under your parents' or adult guardian's supervision and via their account. It is strictly forbidden by law to use a credit or a debit card without the permission of its owner, and your parents or adult guardian needs to authorize any means of payment you use. Okay, so just want to think about that. Let's talk about how to grow on Vinted. So I've shown you how to get buyers fast, how to ship, how to get paid, but it's important also to scale your business. Right now, you might be starting small. You're probably making a few sales every week. But if you want to grow on Vinted, there is a clear strategy you need to follow. There is a proven methodology you need to follow. First of all, you want to think about having multiple accounts, because the thing here is that if you are selling, let's say you have to think of it as a business. Okay, do you want to sell only one category of products, or you want to be an all-in? You want to have a retail strategy or a wholesale strategy? So should you have multiple accounts? Think about that. Should you have 1, 2, 3 accounts, or have a single account? It's all about the niche you're in. It's all about the geography where you are. It's all about your followers. What kind of follower you have, what kind of followers you have, and you have to think about that. The second thing is think about different languages and or countries. Should you list only in the US? Or should you list in the US, Canada, UK, Nigeria, Brazil, Australia, Japan? So think about that. Should you list in English only, or should you list in multiple languages? Because Vinted is not just an American. As a matter of fact, they're not even an American platform. They're a European platform. So they're growing fast. They do have a presence in the States, but what I'm trying to say here is that you can actually open a Vinted profile account in France, have another one in the States, have another one in Germany. Like the same way people actually sell on Amazon or Etsy or handmade, Amazon handmade, all that kind of stuff. Should you niche down? You want to niche down. So there are 3 niches on Vinted. You have women, you have men, and you have kids. So you can choose to specialize in one niche. You can choose to niche down even further. In other words, you are breaking down category by subcategories. In other words, when you take the women category, you can niche down by selling only clothes or shoes or bags or accessories or beauty products. When you choose the category of men, you can choose to niche down even further by being in the subcategory of clothes or shoes or accessories or grooming. For kids, you can choose to niche down even further by choosing a subcategory such as girls clothing or boys clothing or toys and games or baby care or strollers or ride-on toys or car seats and chairs or kids furniture, school supplies, or other kids items. So the choice is yours. Let's talk about promoting. There are certain things you can do to promote your accounts outside and inside the platform. Now, I've spoken to you earlier about bump your item. This is for stuff you can do endogenously, stuff you can do on the platform internally. But you can do also a few things outside in relationship with your Vinted activity to actually move forward. First of all, you want to use the labels. Very important. Okay. You want to make sure that when customers use the search engine to find the item they're looking for, you are able to use the labels. You're able to have the right keywords so that from an SEO perspective, you are winning. And be careful with the language of your descriptions. Very important. You want to enhance your ad photos. Constantly do that. You want to also make sure that you answer user questions very clearly. Promote your products. You can promote your products on the platform or outside. You want to polish your presence all the time. And you got to see where your followers are. Are your followers on Instagram, Facebook? Then you want to open an Instagram profile. Okay. One thing you have to understand is that Instagram is the social network by excellence for fashion companies. So a lot of customers, a lot of potential customers are there. Okay, this is important. And if you have hashtags such as fashion, cheap, buy, secondhand, Vinted, you can basically find a lot of customers there. And you can also try to boost your profile on Vinted, have more followers. You want to offer discounts every now and then. You want to include a gift in the package. If you want to promote and you want to grow fast on Vinted, you always want to have a gift in the package so that you can have, you can build loyalty. And you also want to invite your followers to join you on Instagram, for example, or Facebook or YouTube, other platforms that you actually are present. Trying to increase prices by season. It's all about cyclicality. It's all about seasonality. And you want to promote only potential products. Make sure you have a high quality product so that your reviews are always positive, right? And you have to understand that the reviews are critical. It's not about just having followers. You got to have positive reviews so that people will come buying and buying and buying. And pay attention to pricing. You want to increase prices you want to increase the prices of items that sell a lot. You want to increase prices by season. You want to basically adjust prices all the time, right? You want to you also want to make sure that you put your clothes on. If you're trying to sell faster on Vinted, you want to put your clothes on. In other words, you want to make potential customers see exactly how the clothes will look like. If you're not comfortable showing yourself in a picture, use somebody else. Use a sister, use a brother, use a cousin, whatever. Okay. And one thing you need to do also is that you can try also other platforms. You have Instagram with the Instagram hashtags. You have a Pinterest with the Pinterest pins. And what about YouTube? Also, that's great. Also, same thing for Facebook. You want to follow Vinted on Facebook. We're showing you on the screen right now. They are on Facebook. You can create your own Facebook page, engage in the relevant Facebook groups, do all that kind of stuff, and you will grow faster on Vinted. All right, folks, thank you so much for your attention. I really appreciate it. I was just speaking to you today about how to sell fast on Vinted. I give you an overview of the platform. So number one, you want to think about registration, then selling, then getting buyers fast, then shipping, then getting paid, then growing on Vinted, then promoting your store quickly and constantly. Thank you so much. God bless you. I will speak to you another time. But until then, remember, stay marvelous.